Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another RC Bremer product update for you. Today, we're going to chat about the new PureFlo 3000 powered air purifying respirator. And with us today, we have David Austin from PureFlo, and he's going to walk through the different options, features, and benefits, and kind of take you through the entire product offering. A couple of quick housekeeping things for you again is number one, if you want a copy of the flyer, the 3000 family brochure, in the right-hand side, there should be a box there that's labeled handouts. And in there, you'll see the PDF. You click on it, it'll put it on your computer, and you can download it from there. Also, since this is a one-way conversation, if you have any questions, there's also a chat box in that same area. Feel free to type a question in there, and we're going to save everything till the end. And then David and myself will go through each one and get those answered for you. So again, thank you very much for the time today. We're going to keep this to about 20-25 minutes. And then from there, like I said, we'll answer questions and go from the next point. So with that being said, I want to welcome David and turn over the controls to him. And David, the screen is all you.
All right, thank you, Joe. As Joe said, I'm David Austin with Gentex Corp, the PureFlo respirator division of Gentex. I'm one of the business development managers on the industrial respiratory side of things. Today, I'll do a kind of a brief overview of our new PureFlo 3000 PAPR product line. This is a new product line that we launched late in 2019. But we barely got going good before the COVID pandemic hit us, and things have been kind of not on hold, but for the most part, we're just now getting up and getting this product running for all the different applications that this particular product is designed for. So the PureFlo 3000 is a self-contained PAPR, powered air purifying respirator. The unit that I have in my hand right here is the basis of the entire product line. All the models basically start with this particular frame, and then we just add a hard hat, a visor, welding attachments, hearing protection, different things to cater to certain applications. The PureFlo 3000 uses a HEPA filter. It's right in, and I'll take one of these apart here shortly, but there's a HEPA filter here in the back. The air is pulled in through the port back here. I have the attachment clip here for the hood on this particular model. You'll see some of the other models without this particular piece in the back. But the motor, blower, and electronics is housed right up in the top of this unit, just underneath of this plastic housing. And we're pulling air in through the HEPA filter. It's being pulled up over top of the top of the respirator. The air is diverted down through this tube, and it's coming out in this port right here. So it comes down across the face, across the window on a hood, or the visor, or the welding bucket, and it eliminates any fogging inside of the respirator. The excess air is then pushed towards the rear of the helmet of the respirator. Over here we have a battery port. Battery inserts right there. This is your on and off switch. And I apologize, I'll try to get in the middle of the screen here. On and off switch. The electronics in the unit monitors the flow rate through the filter as well as the battery. So as your filter is starting to clog, we'll go from a green light to a red light here in this LED indicator, as well as if your battery should run low, you'll also get the light indicator letting the worker know that it's either a battery or a filter needs to be changed out. Inside of the unit is a 4-point suspension or a headband. We've got a ratchet adjustment here in the back, as well as an adjustment in the top here to raise and lower the unit on a person's head. We have some really nice soft comfort pads in the headband as well. The base model, like I said, it all starts with this. The other units that I'm going to show you today are basically wrapped around this frame unit with some additional items added to it for different job tasks, job applications. So there is a unit, there's one model that is between the two that I have right here, but I do not have one with me today. If you can imagine this particular unit without the hard hat on top, with just an open frame and a clear visor, the second item on your price list is the frame unit with a clear visor. But since I don't have one, we'll go straight into what I call the industrial model. This unit here has ANSI approved head protection, ANSI approved eye and face protection, and then a high level of respiratory protection, all in one unit. All of our respirators are no belts, no hoses. Everything is housed on the respirator itself. It's a self-contained head-borne type PAPR. The other key accessory here to this model, which we haven't had in the past on our ESMs and ESM pluses, is we do have the option. This is an accessory, but we have the option for hearing protection. And I only happen to have one out at the time, but you can get the idea. These will come in 2 or 3 different levels of protection. I'm not sure exactly yet. I think we have 3 levels of protection at the moment. Everything on the unit's easy to take on and put off once you, or put on and take off once you know how the unit works. The model that I have in my hand here uses a flip-up visor. The seal is in the face seal right here. If you can, excuse me, if you can see that right there, that pulls down. There's a tab here where you can pull this down under the chin. With any of our products that you see a face seal, this seal right here that tucks up under the chin, you'll achieve an assigned protection factor of 25. With units that we're able to put a hood on, which in this case would be the frame unit with the hood, it attaches at the snaps in the front of the unit. You'll see that on some of the other the visor as well. But anytime we use a hood like this, we can achieve an assigned protection factor of 1,000. We have a couple of things, a couple of different hoods now at NIOSH getting the approvals for use with or without a clear visor on the frame unit, or a hard hat model. We should have approvals in a few months. We'll let everybody know once we've got all of that cleared. But right now, in our arsenal, we have the TICHEM overhood. This is a respirator hood that'll fit onto the frame unit to achieve an assigned protection factor of 1,000. Where is that important? Healthcare is one, pharmaceutical manufacturing. Anytime you have a high level of particulate matter that you want to protect the respirator, so there's less cleaning and maintenance involved with the respirator itself, and you want full coverage protection, this is the way to go. Powder coating would be a perfect example where there's a lot of powders flying around and sticking to everything. It would coat the respirator completely over time, where you can use these hoods. These aren't disposable. Some applications they use them as disposable, but I like to call it limited use. So everything that I mentioned to you earlier is identical with this unit. except for the addition of the hard hat and the visor frame. From this point, we work our way over. The respirator is the same. The hard hat is the same. We can put ear muffs on the welding unit as well. And this particular model is set up for welding. We've got the similar type of, similar type of face seal that tucks in under the chin. We have an auto darkening lens here in the front. There's a number of different ways to use this. There's a grind mode in here. There's a grind button and a grind mode. It's auto darkening. You can also set some of your shades if you want to do that manually. And this uses an FR, a flame retardant face seal, where, and I've talked to some of the RC Bremer people about this already. The standard industrial unit is a polyaramid material, so it's not designed to be used for welding or grinding. We're working on having the industrial model with the FR neck cape, the neck seal, chin seal, face seal, whatever you call this thing. They look very similar. One's FR, one is not, but we'll correct that eventually. Some of the accessories that we have a high heat aluminized hood that fits over top of the respirator. The aluminized hood fits similar to the Takim hood, where there are snaps at the top of the visor, and I'll use this frame just as an example. They match up to the snaps that are on the respirator. There's a snap there, and there's also a snap on the face shield of this unit. And then in the back of the hood, there's an opening with an elastic band around it. That is designed to fit around the air inlet adapter. And you'll notice that with this model right here, without the need for using the hood, we don't have to have that air inlet adapter. To break this unit down is very simple. And again, this is across the board, all models. The innards are all the same. So quick change battery right there. Each unit is shipped with 2 batteries. These are 4-hour batteries. They'll actually run 4 to 5 hours. We put it in writing that they're 4-hour batteries. So you can easily swap out a battery during a break period. We decided to go with 4-hour batteries for this model or this particular product line, and using 2 4-hour batteries to help cut down on some of the weight. That was the couple of the driving forces for this particular model was modularity. Like you can see, it's pretty much the same respirator with just different accessories added to it for different tasks and applications. Lesser weight, lighter weight was one of the key factors that we really focused on with this unit, and a lower price. So in any case, we have in the back here the HEPA filter. There's a retaining clip on each side right here. This is the port where the air, once it's pulled in through the filter, goes up into the respirator. The headband is a 4-point suspension, so it pops out in 4 places. And basically you have a headband, a filter, a battery. You could have a hood or you could have muffs, but there's very few replacement parts. So it's a less cost of ownership when it comes to stocking replacement pieces and parts. Much easier to clean and get to all the different pieces, and really just a handful of items keep this keeps these things running nice and new for quite a long time. I'll show you this real quick. To apply any of our hoods to the respirator, you basically feed, and this will work with the visor unit as well, but you feed the respirator into the hood, locate the snap at the top of the visor. Around the back of the unit, I'm sorry, can you orientate the opening to the port right there? And now we have an APF 1000 PAPR, no belts, no hoses, with a Takim hood. On the welding model, one thing different with the welding model is you have the option to put in a you can probably see it, a spark arrestor. That's going to keep sparks from entering the port right here, sitting on the filter and possibly creating a fire. The welding unit, I don't have one in front of me. The welding model also has, this is a pre-filter, which we have not had in the past for the PureFlo ESM and ESM Plus models. We now have just a standard pre-filter that goes in between the filter and the filter housing to block out large particles when it comes to using the industrial model, or even the frame unit if you've got a heavy particulate situation where you want to trap as much as you can in an inexpensive pre-filter to help a filter last longer. The welding unit has a similar filter that's black, but it is it's a carbon odor, nuisance odor filter that'll help some of the smells that are associated with welding. When the user opens the box, we set all of our PureFlo PAPRs up very similar. They're pretty much ready to be put in service right out of the box. We do recommend that you charge the batteries, but in the box is a complete respirator, your HEPA filter. For this particular model, you'll have 2 of these lithium-ion batteries. You'll have a battery charger. If it's a unit with a visor, there'll be a pack of peel-off visor protectors. We also put in there a pack of cleaning plugs. And these are 3 plugs. You'll notice this one is very similar to the shape of the battery. This is to be put into, and this is for cleaning purposes and keeping moisture out of the electronics of these units. But we've got a plug that fits down into there. We have another plug that fits into the back, the port of the air entering the respirator, and then we have another plug that fits in the front port where the air is pushed into the breathing zone. This just allows you to do some more aggressive cleaning. We still recommend that you use alcohol wipes or a towel that's been sprayed down with some type of not a very aggressive cleaner, but alcohol works well. There's a number of simple green, number of things on the market, depending on the type of cleaning needs that you have with PAPR. And if there's one thing, especially for the RC Bremer folks who are showing the equipment, you have demo equipment. One key thing that I forget to tell people about is there's an extra step, and this is in the video. We have a 9-minute video on this particular product line that walks the user through the instruction manual. So instead of reading the manual, you can go to this 9-minute video, and it walks you through all the steps that you would normally need or have to take with this respirator. But one key factor is it's easy to just drop the battery into the charger. And I don't have this one plugged in yet, but you will see some lights and you'll think that it's charging, but there's one extra step. You have to click that in place. That's how the battery is designed to be charged. Just one extra step. You have to set it in and pop it in place or click it in place. Just one thing to remember, because you'll get phone calls from people asking how come the battery's not charging. With that, that is pretty much it in a nutshell. We have next year, we have a model that will offer where you'll see the blue here. We'll have a black head top, especially for welding, black head top, black filter cover, and I think that's pretty much the line. If we have some questions, if I can get the questions up, I'll go to some of those.
Yeah, we definitely had some questions come through, but before we get to that, just so everyone sees it, this is what we're talking about, what the face shield with the skeleton top will look like.
Yeah.
So this is the one helmet that David was missing on that, but know that this is definitely an option as well. Also, I know that we have a bunch of questions to go to, but one of the ones that you were hitting on before was cleaning. And one of the questions that came through is if they're using a solution that actually kills the COVID-19, can that solution be used on our helmets?
Yeah, whether it's healthcare or even in industrial applications nowadays, people are concerned about viruses and so forth, cleaning and sanitizing. The CDC has an entire list of, it must be 100 different cleaners or sanitizers. The vast majority of those are not aggressive. They're just surface cleaners, as they call them. All of those work perfectly fine. If you look in the manual, or you look at our Pure wipes, we offer a tub of wipes. That's a 70% alcohol type wipe. We like to, and we suggest using alcohol because it kills the germs. It dries quickly. So if you're wiping down a respirator and you're going to stick it in a bag or you're going to stick it up on a shelf or in a locker, the wetter it is when you put it in there, there's the potential for that moisture to still be there the next morning when you come back. So good question on cleaning. Alcohol wipes. I've seen people use baby wipes. In this day and time, people know not to use gasoline or acetone or all of the really harsh cleaners. That's a big no-no. We do not recommend any of those being used on our products.
Perfect. Okay, we have a few more questions to go through. Go ahead, Kayla.
I think one of the main questions was, are there any other filters other than the HEPA filter?
No. Right now, we are HEPA only. For everyone who's familiar with the ESM and ESM product line, the legacy products to the PureFlo 3000, we have been in development for a few years now, and we're hoping to, I said this last year, but we're hoping to next year have a combination organic vapor acid gas HEPA filter for that product line. This setup just doesn't allow the technology and the reduction of weight and the design and all just doesn't allow us to put a combination type filter on these respirators. So HEPA only.
Okay. And is there a fit test available for these respirators?
Good question. Call Joe and have Joe go out and do the fit testing. No, with most PAPRs on the market today, one of the benefits is no fit testing required because we are creating a positive pressure in that respirator, around that face seal or inside of that hood. And therefore, we don't have to have a tight fit around the nose and the mouth, or in the case of a full face respirator, around the face. So no, fit testing is not required. Therefore, beards, long hair, other anomalies work well with PAPRs.
Okay, great. Another question that came through is, what are the lead times right now?
Okay, lead times right now on the PureFlo 3000, we're probably running about 4 to 6 weeks on lead times on this particular product line. The legacy, the ESM and ESM Plus, we're more like 8 to 10 weeks on that product line. We're getting over the hump from the demand from the hospitals. Lead times are fluctuating daily, sometimes several times a day, but anywhere from about 4 weeks to 8 to 10 weeks, depending on the model and the particular series.
Okay. We have another question. Can a single skeleton be used as both a welding and an industrial helmet?
Yes, it's possible. So I'll just use this one for reference. Whether it's a frame or a frame with a hard hat, the hinge at the top up here, there's a peg, a pin that is in behind this snap. Same on the other side. Behind that is a little C-clip, just a little clip that you can either put your fingernail in or a little screwdriver or a key to pop that out. Just be careful, do not lose it. It's a small C-clip, but if you remove the clip in the back, this peg pulls out. You can do the same thing on the other side, and then it works very similar to the welding bucket. You can put a welding bucket on this. We don't, it's not that we don't recommend it. We offer the models separately from the factory. You could lose a piece or a part, or it just takes a couple of minutes to do the swap out, but it can be done if you have all the right pieces.
Okay.
Yeah, very modular system.
And since we're holding the helmets right now, do you know what the weight difference is between these helmets and the competitors' helmets?
Well, the competitors' helmets, you have to understand the head top is going to be a little lighter because they're wearing the motor blower, filters, batteries, everything on the hip. So you've got the excess weight back here versus on the head. But to give you a reference, the PureFlo 3000 product line, if you look in the literature, the weights run from right at 2 pounds. That's everything, complete unit on the head. 2 pounds for the frame unit with the hood, and all the way up to about 3.5 pounds for the welding unit, similar to what Joe has there. If you had the hard hat on it, hard hat adds a couple ounces to it. So 2 pounds to about 3.5 pounds for our product line.
David, and there's a question that came through about the protection factor. If you're using a skeleton style like I have in my hands here, do you still get a protection factor of 25 with this open top?
Yes, you do. Because the breathing zone is still in the face area, and the air being diverted right at the top of the head, the eyebrows, that's building the breathing zone in front of you. As far as the numbers go, just to kind of simplify it a little bit, we provide approximately 8 CFM of air into the respirator, and the average person consumes about 4 CFM of air. So we're putting twice as much air into the respirator, and so that excess air is creating positive pressure, forcing its way out, and it doesn't let air in or contaminants in. And typically, with the way the respirator sits on the face here, you've got the seal around the face and the chin, and around the headband up here is where that excess air is able to escape towards the back of the respirator. I hope that helps answer that question.
That's perfect. Thank you. Kayla, anything else?
We did get a question about where these are made. Are they made in the US?
Yeah, so we have 2 manufacturing facilities in the U.S. Northeastern Pennsylvania, it's a town called Carbondale. That's really close, about 20 minutes north of the Scranton Wilkes-Barre area. And we also have Manchester, New Hampshire. We opened up a manufacturing line there to help with the demand on from the healthcare market, as well as we do make these in the UK as well. And if I'm not mistaken, all of our parts, everything that makes up our PureFlo respirators, everything comes from North America and or Europe. The only thing I can think of outside of that would be the batteries coming from China. But we've tried to bring as much as we can, as close as we can to us. We do a lot of business in Europe as well.
Perfect. Okay, that looks like that was about the last of our questions. Just so you guys are all aware, everyone that's on the call is going to receive a follow-up email from us. In that email, we'll have the links to the video the videos that David was talking about. If you guys have any additional questions, feel free to reach out to us and we'll be able to answer everything we can for you. One question is also in regards to outside the lead times is demo helmets. Are demo helmets available for you to use at your facility? And the answer is yes. All we need to do is have you reach out to your local RC Bremer rep. If you're not sure who that is, there'll be an email address in the follow-up that is sent to you guys. You can send us a note back and we'll make sure that the proper person gets in touch with you. But any of the helmets that you saw today are available for you to demo out in the field. So outside of that, once we drop off here, that PDF is going to be gone. So if you didn't have a chance to download it, again, we will have that in the follow-up email. And again, we want to thank you so much. We're right over 30 minutes, so timing is right. David, thank you so much for the time this afternoon. I really appreciate the insights and the show and tell for the group. And thank you again for the support, and we'll talk to you all soon on the next call. Take care.
Great. Thanks a lot, everybody.